That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange eons, even death may die. Step into the darkness with me as we talk about 5 things I love about Arkham Horror, the card game, this week on Short Rest Studios. Hey, adventurers, welcome back to another episode of Short Rest Studios. My name is Judd, and this week we're talking about 5 reasons that I love Arkham Horror, the card game. And heads up, you want to hang around to the end because there's probably going to be more than 5. I really like this game. Arkham Horror is a story-based, cooperative, living card game. It's dark, complex, and challenging, and I really love it. It has deck-building aspects, but unlike Magic or Pokemon, it's not a trading card game. When you buy an expansion pack of cards, you know what you're getting. There's none of that random stuff. It feels like less of a money grab to me, but heads up, you're going to spend some money if you want to really get into this game because there are a lot of expansions, and the core set itself is not inexpensive. But it just feels like a little less of a money grab to me than a trading card game does, so there's that. I really love this game, and I'm going to tell you now about the 5 reasons I love it. Here's number 1. The first thing that I love about this game is the first thing that you see. It's the art. It's immersive. It gives you that sense of mystery and gloom that is so appropriate for this game because it is a horror game. The art is really well done. It's top-notch. It's beautiful. It's perfect for setting the environment of the game and creating the feeling that you want to feel going into this story. And when I say I love the art in this game, I'm not just talking about the box art. I'm talking about everything from the cards to the box to the books. Every piece of art in the game is designed to immerse you in the world of the game, and it works. It's just really good, and it's perfect for setting the tone of the game as you enter in. The second thing that I love about Arkham Horror is the story. It's got this 20s, 30s noirish vibe. It's set in the world of H.P. Lovecraft, and if you're a fan of Lovecraft, you'll probably love this game. If you're not, then I encourage you to go check out some of his work. There are things about it that are definitely problematic, his own personal views figuring into his writing, but the worlds that he created and the influence that he's had on horror fiction and genre fiction in general over the years is almost immeasurable. But this game really takes place in the world of H.P. Lovecraft. Arkham, Massachusetts is a city in the work of H.P. Lovecraft, a fictional city, but it's where the title of the game comes from. It's not a Batman game, in case you're thinking that. It's where the title of the game comes from. It's where the core set campaign is set, and it's heavily influenced by his work. And, the monsters come from his work, and the threats and the type of threats and the way the story progresses is really influenced by his work. And one of the great things about the story of Arkham Horror, and the different stories, because there are a multitude, and we'll get into that later, is that it is really great at creating tension. The way you play the game is, the purpose of the game is to achieve your goals faster than the forces of evil can achieve their goals. And if you get to the end of your story before they get to the end of their story, that's how you win. And it's hard, but that's the idea, and it just creates this tension that continually builds throughout the game, and I love that aspect of the storytelling. Number 3, and I alluded to this in the previous point, is the variety of scenarios. You can expand this game for ages. Let me read to you something from BoardGameQuest.com because I'm not going to remember it all. Arkham Horror LCG has spawned 8 campaigns after its initial release, including 10 standalone scenarios, 5 upgrade expansions, and a plethora of additional content, both official and fan-made. And that alludes to one of the other great things about this game, which we'll get to. But like I said, you can expand this story for ages. It's going to cost you some money, but with all the elements put together, I think it's worth it. It's an incredibly enjoyable game. It's not the most replayable game in the world, which is why the expansions are important. However, If you expand to different investigators, try different deck combinations, things like that, you can replay these scenarios and get different results and have a different feel. So it is replayable, just not the most replayable game in the world, but the variety of scenarios really, really helps with that if you have the budget to spend on it. The fourth reason that I love this game is the depth of cooperative play. Every character has its own deck, and every character in that deck has its own abilities, strengths, weaknesses, and so everybody has to work together. It's one of those really well-designed cooperative games where everybody has different abilities and you can't really do it without everybody's help. Each player, each character has a unique role, which leads to situations where one character has to figure out a way to sacrifice sometimes for the other characters. One character has to do what they do so that the other characters can accomplish the actual goal of the scenario. Create some really, really interesting cooperative situations, and I love that. Hey, don't forget, if you're getting some value, if you like this video, just hit the like button down below. If you want to keep up with us on YouTube, hit that battle axe and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hang around because I've got some more stuff after this next point. Number 5. The fifth reason that I love Arkham Horror, the card game, is the variety of characters. You got different personalities, different abilities, different strengths and weaknesses, which I already alluded to previously, but it really creates some different storytelling options, and that's one of the great strengths, as I've said, of this game, is the storytelling. The variety of characters just makes that storytelling more robust. And not only does it deepen the storytelling, but this variety of character decks that are available really deepens the gameplay too, because it gives you more abilities and more options and more combinations and greater strategic choices to make. So guys, I may have a problem because I couldn't stop at 5. So here's number 6. Arkham Horror, the card game, has a brilliant balance of strategy versus luck. This is one of the things I think this game really excels at. There's strategy in choosing what to do when, in sacrificing and setting up other players to achieve goals and things like that. There's strategy in building a deck before you even sit down at the table. There's a list of specific numbers of different types of items that you can include in your deck, and just trying to figure out the right combination to give you the best chance at success is its own strategy. But then you sit down to play and you never know what you're going to draw next. You have a limited number of cards, but you shuffle them up and who knows what you're going to pull. Could be good, could be bad. Could pull a good token out of the bag, could pull a bad token out of the bag. You never know. It's a great combination of strategy and luck. All right, guys, this is bad. This is bad. I couldn't stop at 6. So here's your second bonus reason that I love Arkham Horror, the card game. Number 7, it has a great community that's built up around it, giving you access to so many accessories, gameplay aids, additional cards, you name it. The community surrounding this game has probably created it. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I've made use of the most is just some free accessories that I found online. I printed these really cool dividers that actually incorporate the artwork from the game into my own collection to help me, keep everything separated. And they look great to boot, and I laminated them, because I'm a nerd like that. But also I 3D printed these boxes that are designed to fit in this box and hold all the cards from the game and keep them organized, and the tokens and everything else. And I really like the look of them. They fit perfectly in the box. They work great. There's tons of stuff online like this, free on Thingiverse if you're into 3D printing, which I am, as you may know if you have watched other videos on this channel. The other thing is you can buy beautiful handmade, custom-made accessories on Etsy from tons of different shops. Go check those out, man. If you're really into it and you want to make this a different kind of experience, then go give some money to some of those small business people and buy some of these really beautiful accessories that you can find. There is such a community that's built up around this game, and there's so many available additions that it just really makes it more fun. Well, adventurers, that's 5, 6, 7 reasons that I love Arkham Horror, the card game. Thank you for walking all the way through that with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button below. If you want more of this kind of content, there are 2 things you can do. Put some comments down below and tell me what kind of games you'd like me to talk about. Tell me what you want to hear about on this channel. The other thing is hit the battle axe right below me to subscribe to the channel. And if you have reasons, which I would love to hear, reasons that you love Arkham Horror, the card game, put those in the comments below. In fact, tell me why you hate the game. That's cool too. We won't be mad. We just want to talk about it and have fun doing it. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on Short Rest Studios.